Hi, I'm Camille. Today I'm gonna share with you some tips to use Haqq Takeoff more effectively. And let's get started. For example, on this building, this is a very large building, so there are partial plans. And in these partial plans, you have a lot of column footings, and these column footings used in other pages as well. Let's take a look. For example, here we got 15.2T, F15.2T here, and here as well. So for each page, usually you have to create different takeoff element. But in this case, in the Haqq Takeoff, you can copy one element to another page without creating a single one for each one. And it copies together with all the reinforcers still inside, so you don't have to enter any rebar in it either. So let's start, and I will show you another tip. Here they have the footing schedule on this bigger plan, which we don't never use. And here in the partial plans, they don't have the column schedule. Okay, what we can do is we can split this to the side and work on it. Let's count as a tip. All right, and you have to work on the active page. When you split the window, splitted window is active on the right side, and if you start creating an element, it's gonna be on this page. Now you gotta go back to here and activate this page. So we work on this page. Let's do this 15.2 since it is on all three pages. And the B doesn't have any footing, that's why I didn't open that up. Actually it does, but it's not on the other pages. So purpose of this video, we just do it in this one. Okay, F15-2T, and its shape is square, 15-2 square, 180 inches. I like to pick orange color for column footings. And we're gonna change this later on. Group name, we're gonna change to column footings, but it's not purpose of this video. 180, 15 feet. You can directly type 15 feet or inches, 180 inches, or just type 180. When you type like this, it converts it to inches. So X and Y is 15 feet, 180 inches. Depth is 32 inches. We don't have nothing to do with 3D right now, but I will select top. And concrete, let's say 4,000 PSI. Voila. So to be able to rotate this, I press spacebar and rotate a little bit. And let's do two of them. Okay. Group 1. So we got two 15.2T footings. Now I'm gonna add the reinforcer steel for 15.2, 16 number 9. It's very easy. Click add rebar. Don't worry about this. It's already come 16 because it's 12-inch on center. You can change the quantity if you want to, but in this case not. And it's automatically gives you the XY value here, 15 feet. We just need to multiply by 2 for each way. And rebar is done. Having always rebar is done, we can go show rebar. Oops, not that one. Show rebar, and we have two elements, 1, 2, and 2 for the each way, the east west and long way, short way, east west, north south, whatever you call it, and 16 bars. So that's the poundage. Okay, let's go here. We work on the partial plan part C now, and we have footing here. Basically, I find the footing on the part A plan and click play button. Okay, and let's check if it comes with the reinforcing. Yes, it does. And I'll do the same thing on the partial plan D. See, partial plan D is selected here at the left and the top. Active window is partial plan D. And basically, I can select either one, either this one or this one. Click the press space to rotate it. And that's it. And it comes with the reinforcing. But there's one important thing to remember. Okay, let's say I like to add some column dowels to this particular one. And I'm gonna add, let's say, 8, number 6. Pick this shape. When you press A, it gives you automatically standard hook value. And the thickness of the footing is 2'8", and the lip splice is 3 feet, so I'll get 5'8". Here I will say 5'8". I'll call this dowels. Capital. Save. Now let's check. Show rebar. We got dowels. 8, number 6 dowels for columns, right? And let's look at on this page. And what happened here? See, those dowels automatically went to each page. So, for example, on any condition, one is different than other one. Oh yeah, they just have, for example, this one, this column is different size and has different reinforcing. So you cannot do that, because when you add different column, different dowels, different size of dowels, it will gonna affect all of them. So you have to create additional one for the that different reinforcing column. But there's another thing. You can do that. Let's say we have, these are the trades. Okay, this is a foundation trade. In between foundation trade, you can copy the takeoff elements, but once you copy takeoff elements, reinforcing reflects on each page the same way. When you add one reinforcing to this page, it will gonna go to all the pages. But on the between trades, it's not the same case. For example, here, I'm gonna get this footing as well. I have to select from the left menu trades, select the foundation, find that footing, 15-2T. Okay. See, now it comes with the same reinforcing. Let's say I want to add another rebar, something else. I want to add some ties here. I want to add 3 ties, 3 number 4 ties to hold them up. Press T for ties. Let's say 2 feet. Call this ties. Save. Now, this one on the superstructure trade has the ties. And let's go back to the one on the foundation trade. Doesn't have the ties because it doesn't copy between the trades. It's only copy inside the same trade. Let's close this. I hope you understand that difference. If you're working on this single trade, in the foundation trade or whatever you call this trade, you can copy the takeoff elements, but it copies everything. Once you add another additional rebar, it will add to all the pages. But if you copy it to the different trade, when you add a rebar to foundation, additional rebar to foundation, it will stay in the foundation. So if you add the superstructure or whatever you call this trade, if you add additional rebar to here, it will not add that rebar into other trade. So between trades, rebar doesn't get copied. All right, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.